Hello, everybody. It's Lasha from High Voltage. So I am following my hashtags. Um, two objectives on the agenda. I just taped upstairs. The debates are tonight in the States on Thursday, June the 27th of 2024. Now, there are some swearing words in here, but they're not from me. They're from my mother because she can swear as much as she wants. She's 74 years old, and I do talk too much. And she just said, shut your blanking mouth. So I'll just bleep that part out. I wanted to talk a little bit about this. I just wanted to share a little piece, tell you what I think about it, and then, pardon me, for those of you that have watched and listened to, or just listened to the story of Annalese Micheal based on the movie, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, we are on page 95, and there's not much left. And so I promise on my life, well, that sounds silly. I'm just going to keep my commitment like a person. Now, I don't have the ability to edit. I'm just going to get a glass of water right there, okay? And while I'm doing that, why don't you listen to this? Because if I show you the footage, I'll probably get a copyright.
The topic of abortion, President Biden, 7 states, I'll let you do that. This is a state topic. 7 states have no legal restrictions on how far into a pregnancy a woman can obtain an abortion. Do you support any legal limits on how late a woman should be able to terminate pregnancy?
Limits.
Roe v. Wade said 3 trimesters. First time is between the woman and the doctor. Second time is between the doctor and an extreme situation. The third time is between the doctor, between the woman and the state. The idea that the politicians, that the founder wants the politicians to be the ones making decisions about a woman's health is ridiculous. That's the last. No politician should be making that decision.
That's right.
The doctor should be making those decisions.
That's
right.
Right.
How it should be run. That's what you're going to do. And if I'm elected, I'm going to restore Roe v. Wade.
Okay.
He can
Keep it
take the life
simple.
of the
Keep it
baby
simple,
in
Joe.
the 9th month.
Don't
and even
say
after
anything,
birth,
Joe.
because some states, Democrat run, take it after birth. Again, the former governor of Virginia, put the baby down, then we decide what to do with it. So he's willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month and kill the baby.
That's not what happens. And first of all, if you got stormed, wait.
That is simply
If he
not
got stormed,
Roe v. Wade does not provide for that. That's not the circumstance. Only a woman's life is in danger. She's going to die. That's the only circumstance which that can happen. But we are not for late-term abortion, period.
The Roe v. Wade, you have late-term abortion. You can do whatever you want, depending on the
if
state.
his
You can do
mistress
whatever you
got
want.
pregnant,
We
do
don't
you
think
think
that's
he
a good
wouldn't
thing.
pay for it?
Justifying the Democrats and the radicals.
Not the Republicans.
For 51 years, that was the law. 51 years, constitutional scholarship said it was the right way to go. 51 years, and it was taken away because this guy put very conservative members on the Supreme Court. He takes credit for taking it away. What's he going to do? In fact, if the NAGA Republicans, he gets elected, and the NAGA Republicans control the Congress, and they pass a universal ban on abortion, period, across the board, at 6 weeks or 7 or 8 or 10 weeks, something very, very conservative. Is he going to sign that bill? I'll veto it. He'll sign it.
Thank you.
Let's turn now to the issue of immigration and border security. President Biden, a record number of migrants have illegally.
Okay. So the debates are tonight. First of all, I want to thank Trevor, the moderator, for showing up. I want to thank Melody Moon for showing up. And I want to personally thank Melody Moon for sending me those pictures of the cats. Secondly, I'd like to thank Trevor's Life and Legos as the moderator. He has his own channel. And if you have technological difficulty like myself, if you're technologically challenged from the ages of, I don't know when it all started. I don't know. If you're technologically challenged, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm grooming my hair, okay? I'm grooming behavioral panel. That's right, I am. And I don't know left from right. So there you go. How do you like that? Okay, got it. That's the best that's going to happen tonight with my hair. Trevor's Life and Legos. Trevor's Life and Legos. Trevor's Life and Legos. Trevor, can you keep track of the comments so that I don't miss anything? Trevor's Life and Legos. If you have technological difficulties editing a video, when he's able to go live and you're subscribed to his channel, he will help you through and walk you through how to edit a video. I know it's as easy as finding Play Google, putting a video on. My boss even said to me, you've got to edit your videos. There's too much dead time, right? People I even know say that, even during conversations. So I'm trying really hard to stay on track. And I'm glancing over, and I wanted to talk about, so subscribe to Trevor's Life and Legos. Not only will he help you with technology as a subscriber, it's important to build rapport. And I always say, up until I am never going to forget the first 1,000 people that join. But people do come and go and move on and so on. But sometimes there are people that you do keep in touch with. And I think from now on, I'm going to try to do this thing called typing, which then will help me focus on the conversation as opposed to talking in my phone. Because the only time that Siri actually works is if you talk like you're freaking Scottish. Now, before I replay the piece of Joe and Trump, if any Trump lovers are out there, could you please explain to me? Could you please, maybe I should cover my face for this. Could you please explain to me why you like Trump? I'll never, ever understand it. You know what happened to me today? So Trump people, I love a healthy debate, but no, this is a hat. I get very distracted by comments because these people are so kind. And Melody Moon also has a channel, and she has the most beautiful footage of Calgary and Banff and beautiful parts of Canada. Now, I was walking like, okay, before I get on, I have to be myself, but I need to stay on track. Before I get in to the serious topics, so let me pull my jeans down a bit, okay? So I bought a bathing suit today. This is a bathing suit, and it's actually for women that, okay? And so it looks nice, and you can wear it with jeans. And it was $78 on sale, okay? And you know I'm a little conscious of my legs. However, there we go, look. So I'm walking like this. I'm so glad that this is a long basement. And I'm so glad that I didn't rent it out. Okay. I'm walking down the hallway. I'm walking from here to Rexall. I'm walking, and I walk with purpose all the time, right? And who's sitting in the van but Diane? And she said to me, Lasha, and I thought I was in disguise. And thank you. I thought I was in disguise. And it turns out, no. She said, I can spot you a mile away. I said, how? And she said, because you just have this way, the way you walk, you always look very determined. And I thought that was really sweet. And so anyway, she's going to Christian camp. And so she won't be working at Yella's except for Saturdays. She'll still be working on Saturdays. So I just want to replay Donald Trump and Joe Biden one more time. I was going to live stream it because it's live streamed everywhere. So, but I just want to replay it one more time. And my mother and I were rooting for Joe Biden because, Trevor was talking about how Trump is going to dismantle Roe v. Wade. He was talking about this 5 days ago, Trevor was. So anyway, Trevor, thank you for moderating the comments. Okay, one more time. And then let's discuss.
This is a state topic. 7 states have no legal restrictions on how far into a pregnancy a woman can obtain an abortion. Do you support any legal limits on how late a woman should be able to terminate pregnancy?
Limits. Oh, that's my mother's voice on here. Sorry. That's not a funny time to laugh. Sorry.
The family wants the politicians to be the ones making decisions about women's health is ridiculous. That's the last. No politician should make that decision.
That's right.
The doctor should be making those decisions.
That's
right.
How
it should be run. That's what you're going to do. And if I'm elected, I'm going to restore Roe v. Wade.
Okay.
So that means he can
keep it simple. Keep it simple, Joe. Don't say anything, Joe.
Some states, Democrat run, take it after birth. Again, the former governor of Virginia, put the baby down, then we decide what to do with it. So he's willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month and kill the baby.
That's not what happens. And first of all, if you got stormed, wait. If he got stormed,
Roe v. Wade does not provide for that. That's not the circumstance. Only a woman's life is in danger. She's going to die. That's the only circumstance which that can happen. But we are not for late-term abortion, period.
The Roe v. Wade, you have late-term abortion. You can do whatever you want, depending on the
if
state.
his mistress got pregnant, do you think you wouldn't pay for it?
We think the Democrats are the radicals, not the Republicans.
For 51 years, that was the law. 51 years, constitutional scholarship said it was the right way to go. 51 years, and it was taken away because this guy put very conservative members on the Supreme Court He takes credit for taking it away. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? In fact, if the MAGA Republicans, he gets elected, and the MAGA Republicans control the Congress, and they pass a universal ban on abortion, period, across the board, at 6 weeks or 7 or 8 or 10 weeks, something very, very conservative. Is he going to sign that bill? I'll veto it. He'll sign it.
Thank you.
Let's turn on the issue of integration and border security.
Okay, so it's 15 minutes in, and before we discuss, I just want to give you my opinion before we discuss. And if anybody feels differently, that's okay. I did a live, Trevor would know because he keeps, is Trevor gone? Trevor, you gone? Oh, he's probably, you know what? I bet you he went to watch more of it if he's gone. So Melody, it's you and I. So we can chat for a minute. I would love that. Yes, typing does slow your thoughts down. And I only smoked I had 3 cigarettes today, and I just smoked a little bit of marijuana just to slow me down. You like the swimsuit? Well, it makes me more full. It makes me look fuller because I'm very, very skinny. Try and get Michelle Obama in. Yeah, Trevor's gone. We are on the opposite sides of debate, though I don't agree with abortion. Okay, we are on opposite sides. But we can agree to disagree, okay? All right. I conducted a live melody. Oh, here, I'll look here. Is this better? Can you see me this way? Is that better? As far as the optics, does that look a little more professional? Okay. I don't. Okay. This is how I feel about abortion. I conducted a live approximately, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. And Trevor brought up Trump and Roe v. Wade, which I thought was interesting because he's a young lad, but he's very well informed. I wish he would stay on the chats, but I know Trevor, and he probably went to live stream it, which I hope he did. I wanted to do that and commentate. However, I just wanted to complete what I wanted to discuss. So, abortion in Canada, you have to have a psychological evaluation. You have to be referred by your GP. You then have to have a psychological evaluation, a financial evaluation, a pro-choice, and is it pro-choice and what's the opposite of pro-choice? Pro-choice and pro-life. So in Canada, by law, all medical professionals associated with the pregnant woman, and they even now are including the father. That's a huge part of the conversation from a micro level. Now, I'll give you an example. I had a friend that was 18 years old, and she's a little younger than me. She's 48. And she had an abortion. To this day, she cries about the decision that she made, and she feels guilty about it to this day. She's done things to herself to this day out of guilt. And that to me is so sad. And I've known her since public school. She has not forgiven herself because she thinks she's condemned and damned. Then, just about 11 months ago, I have a male friend, and he has this girlfriend. And to cut to the chase, she was pregnant. And I know this girl, and she has different parenting skills than myself. And I know the gentleman, and they both ingest a lot of marijuana, mushrooms, acid, ecstasy, and that's all they've told me about. And alcohol. She also has a child that has learning disabilities. And Jeb, sorry, Jeb, he was born with a deformation, which is absolutely curable nowadays, more so than in the 70s. And he was afraid of passing on that gene. And he, as a father, phoned me in the middle of the night and said, I don't want to be a dad, Lash. I feel terrible, but then so-and-so's health, she's this, and there's already a boy and money. And then a lot of people in their 30s and 40s that I know, because I do tend to hang around. My hip is killing me today, Melody. I do find that most women my age that I grew up with have are married and have children. But people nowadays in their 40s, 30s, 20s, they don't want children. Therefore, the birth rate is going down. And what was so scary when The Handmaid's Tale came out on Hulu, do I need to refresh anybody's memory on that one? If you've read the book Melody Moon by Margaret Atwood, you'll know. And I read the book after I watched season 1 of The Handmaid's Tale. Very, very So my whole point is, I also watched this movie very recently in research of the subject. And it's called If These Walls Could Talk. And it's with Demi Moore, Sissy Spacek, Demi Moore, Sissy Spacek, Cher, and Annlese, who was, you saw it. So then there's that aspect. Remember what happened to women in the 50s, the shame. My mother told me a story about a person she knew back in the 30s who was in that situation and almost died. So women all our lives have been suppressed by men. When I was in the wheelchair, I had the pleasure of listening to CNN 24/7, and I watched the judiciary hearing of Christina Ford. I watched the judiciary hearing of Brett Kavanaugh, and she was the accuser, he was the defendant, he's a conservative. He was on Donald Trump's side. Right. Yes. And it was the same situation as Anita. I was going to say Anita Hayworth. Anita and Clarence Thomas. I believe Christina Ford and I believe Anita. Now he got on the justice, Brett Kavanaugh, and then there was that woman, Anne something Corbett, and she had her children with her, and she had 4 biological children, plus she adopted an Asian, a black child, an Arab child, and I can't remember, but she had 7 children, 4 of which were adoptions. I watched that judiciary hearing, and this was when Deborah Feinstein was still alive. And Gloria Steinman has been saying for years that she feels there's been an undercurrent for years as a long-term agenda to unravel Roe v. Wade. I don't know anything about that. I'm not schooled in that. All I'm schooled in is what I've seen happen to women. I also knew a woman who used abortions like birth control. Now, those women, by Canadian law, should be shut down. However, that's not my crusade right now. You know what my crusade is? Oh, and for those of you who have never been to this channel and you do watch this live, I have to say this. All you have to do to find out about what my crusade is, to keep it short for people that do watch this channel all the time, is take 5 minutes out of your life. If you're a Canadian taxpayer, take 5 minutes out of your life. Go to change.org. Do not donate money. You have to go to the little search button and type in my name, which is this. LASHAROJENKO. Oh, no, that's not my name. My first name is LASHA, and then my last name is RO. And then think of the word jerk. You know, like, remember the movie Jerk with Steve Martin? So think of Road Jerko. But it's really ROJENKO. So just think of the N. It's an N, not an R. Road Jerko, but the R is an N. And then we can talk about Meghen later. That's not on the agenda today. So those are my thoughts. So the way I stand with abortion is this. If you make a mistake once, God save your soul, because you will suffer for it for the rest of your life. Don't forget, back in the early 1900s, women used to have mounds of children and die in childbirth. Women would die so young. And then birth control kind of came out when, Melody Moon? When did birth control come out? See, this is where I need to learn to edit. However, it is alive. Melody Moon, would you mind looking up when was birth control first introduced? There were IUD around 1960. Okay, so from 1960 on, people should have been responsible, men and women. The problem is also back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, probably right up until Me Too, women had, depending on your era, women had a hard time saying no to men they didn't want to have intimacy with, because if you were a people pleaser from my era, you would do it even though you didn't want to. That was my experience. Didn't happen very often though, because I was married for a really long time. That's my stance on abortion. Now, does anybody have any thoughts of that? Melody Moon, we've got about 10 minutes to talk about this, and then I'm going to read The Exorcism of Annalese Micheal. I'm staying right on topic. But this is an important issue, and I think the Democrats did a good job in terms of revolving the campaign around that issue. Because if you're a woman, you care about it, but they're just as corrupt as the Republicans and vice versa. And their politicians are really funded by the 1% of the world that run the world. I don't know who they are, the Gettys, the Rockefellers, I don't know. So any thoughts on pro-life, pro-choice? I'm of the belief if you make a mistake once, but it depends on the situation. If I could turn back time, I would do anything to have a child. Anything. And that's where I have to bring change.org, Galasha Rajank. I already did, but here's the proof. This happened to me through a surgeon Oh, let's get the real good light, eh, Melody Moon? Let's really show the bone erosion. There you go. Okay? So this doctor in Canada at the Royal Victoria Hospital decided when I broke my femur to put the bar underneath my knee, use 2 nails the size of sausages. That's an exaggeration, but you get where I'm going with that. And decided not to say anything and told me I was a slow healer, falsified information. So I'm walking from here to Ottawa August the 1st to bring awareness, and it's called Walk of Oath. Okay? So that's what I have to say about that. That's what I have to say about abortion. One-time mistake. One time, but how can you have a mistake if there's birth control nowadays in every form? That's my question. The other question is this. What is wrong with people that they don't want families? Because I'll tell you something. Isn't that true though? What moron, and what mothers don't know that their kids are going to be up to hanky-panky? Now, Diane, who I work with, who you've all seen on the shorts, yes? If you haven't, you're missing out because she is 15 years old. She's 15 years old. She's the same age as Trevor. It is pressure and carelessness. Yes, and that's why I say the frontal lobe, and I don't care what anybody says, the frontal lobe and the cerebral cortex is not developed until you're 25. And so when it comes to drinking and driving and intimacy and the transgender issue we were talking about, I mean, those decisions should not be made until you're 25. So I understand why a lot of kids don't go to college nowadays because they want to explore, but I miss the days of having parents that give their children guidance to go to school, to do better than them, that to put some pressure on people to do better. There are people on welfare that should not be on welfare in this country. There are people on disability that should not be on disability in this country. There are people on disability that need disability in this country. We are not an unforgiving country. I'm very patriotic about Canada, very disappointed. We're very lucky in Canada as women to do what we choose with our bodies. But do not forget, there is life inside you. And before you are careless, think, because every action has a consequence. And I am not saying that because I am perfect. I am saying that because I am imperfect. And I survived, like everybody survived something. This isn't my crusade, but it's an interesting topic that the Democrats picked. I feel bad for Joe Biden because he's having trouble staying on track. And that's really all I have to say. I think families have the right to choose. But families, why are you married if you're not going to have children? The family unit is falling apart. And it has to be said. I'm very liberal. And hi, Jazzy. Hi, Jazzy. How are you? My name's Lasha. Welcome to High Voltage. Oh, Melody Moon and Jay-Z, I promised an intro, but I didn't share it with you. So may I? I'm not trying to be narcissistic. I'm trying to have order in the way in which I present so that I don't come across as wishy-washy. All right. Jay-Z, Trevor, if you're there, and Melody Moon. Okay, this is the introduction. Oh, my phone died. I have to plug it in. We'll get back to that. One sec. Okay. So, Jazzy, I'm sorry to yell from over here. I've been doing this for a year. However, when I first started Jazzy, it was on Lasha Rajenko. And actually, you know what? I did some good commentaries then. Hi, Gumi. How are you? Nice to have you. Trevor's the moderator. However, he's not. There's Trevor. Trevor, you have to introduce everybody. You're so good. Hi, Gumi. And Jazzy. Okay, so you know what? I'm new to having people on the lives, and this is very lovely. So let me stay on track here. Hello, so I don't forget, Gumi and Jazzy and Gumi. Jazzy and Gumi, thank you for joining. I so appreciate it. But when I get better and we start to feather, because birds of a feather, they do flock together. It's fun. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we were talking about, thank you. Trevor is he's the moderator, and he is going to moderate while I talk and read. We were talking about abortion, and Trevor and I were on a live a few days ago, Trevor, and we talked about this subject for quite a bit. I wish my phone would charge, but basically it was the clip between Trump and Biden, and I have nothing against Trump voters. I understand why people like Trump, but yet I would never vote for him. Don't slam me for saying that. This is a safe place, just safe debate, you know? I just have to say it, you know. I don't want to be rude and belittle him the way he belittles other people, you know? Yeah, Boo, you know, somebody asked me from the States how I felt about the States. And I'm going to be honest with you. You know, when people say I'm going to be honest with you, Lasha, you've been using qualifiers your whole life, so stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it! Does anybody remember what movie that's from? American Beauty, when she wasn't selling the house and she was going, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, you stupid idiot! It was Annette Bening. Oh my gosh. And ladies, don't hate me for saying this. I just did smoke a little bit of Vavid, but I have I have Asian eyes. I'm a Ukrainian Chinese Jew. I am. It's the truth. Okay, so Annette Bening, the screaming, Trump, abortion, the point I wanted to make. Trevor? Oh, the states. The states. Okay. When you said boo America, do you remember? This is on the track of, let me write this in so I don't forget. Boo America. And if anybody sees this, let me put it into context. And it's on this video. This is a live, so I can't edit it. I'm trying to stay as focused as possible. Boo America. Do you remember when Sinead O'Connor, God bless her late soul, which, by the way, I did a short video. It's on LNL Soul Sisters. It's a different channel than this. But don't subscribe to that one because this is the one that I'm working to reach to 1,000. If you missed my cause, I can't repeat it again. You'll find it in the video. It's all over my channel. And if you choose to subscribe, that would be an honor. Also, for people that choose to subscribe, I have to throw this in. Melody Moon, I don't know if you even know this or not. I give free tarot card readings. They're Russian gypsy card reads. And I'm very, very, very good at it. I'm very good at it. And it's free. Are you subscribed? Well, you have to email me for your free read, or just send me a comment that you want your free read. Let me know if you let me know if you want it private or if I can put it on the channel. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so the screaming, the yelling, boo America. Do you remember when Sinead O'Connor was booed off the stage because she ripped up a picture of the Pope on SNL? You remember that? See, if I was doing a video, I would show that little clip. My phone. Okay, anyways, she ripped up the Pope, Sinead O'Connor did, and she was probably 27 years old when she did that because, of course I will do your cards. Not on the live, but I'll do them afterwards tonight. I don't go to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to use a fake name for you, okay? And I don't want to know anything about you. Just don't. I've got your name right there. I can pick up vibes. Just don't tell me anything. My mother swears I'm psychic. Back to Sinead. She ripped up the Pope. And the reason she did that is because we now know that the church was not treating children the way children deserve to be treated. And she knew that her whole life. And then there was a movie made, Spotlight, about that very subject. And now the woman has passed. And I believe her heart was broken, you know? So at any rate, the Joe Biden and the Donald Trump abortion issue we talked about, if you missed it, go back to the beginning of the live because it's 49 minutes and 11 seconds. The other thing that I was doing on this live today, tomorrow I will be talking about the debates. My mother's recording it. It'll be on all lives tomorrow. But I really want Trump lovers to sell me on him. Sell me on Trump. Okay? And Trevor, you can keep track of the comments and I will read the comments, but I have to get back on track. The second thing that I was going to do tonight was read a few pages of The Exorcism. Thank you, Trevor. The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Now, this movie was based on, actually, there was a movie based on this book called The Exorcism of Annalese Micheal with Laura Linney, Jennifer Carpenter, George C. Scott, and Tom Wilkinson. You know, Oscar-winning actors. Laura Linney is an absolutely, and I know Melody Moon will agree with this, an absolutely underrated actress, right? Yeah, sell me too. I want to be sold. And I'm being very, very serious. Where are my glasses? So if you don't know anything about the exorcism of Emily Rose, I will not play the tapes of her exorcism. I will not show gore. There's a whole playlist of all of my reads in reference to the exorcism of Emily Rose. If you feel a little lost, don't worry about it. You'll catch up. So I'm on page 98. I'm doing this for 10 more minutes. My back is killing me. And then I will go. And then I'll follow up tomorrow with what I put on the agenda. And then I'll show you my introduction and then share you my outro. And when I do my outro, you all know my email. I would like you to send me your outro, whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be mine. And let me use it at the end because it gets boring after a while to listen to me all the time. Okay, I'm just going to read about 4 pages for real. Okay. The people surrounding Annalese during the first exorcism and all the subsequent ones, her congregation, as it were, shared in the beliefs represented by these prayers. Moreover, throughout the years of painful, quote, molestations, unquote, this is from a book, YouTube, and what this means in German translated is she was felt assaulted by the devil. They don't, well, they do explain it, that she was, you have to go back, but that's what that means. Just like when they say she felt Harry, that didn't mean she felt Prince Harry. It meant she felt befuddled. She felt crazy. Okay? Just like Prince Harry. Okay. I didn't mean that cruelly. That man is ill, seriously ill. And I can't believe that Child Protective Services haven't checked on Lilibet and Archie. But we'll get to that at another time. At any rate, moreover, throughout the years of painful molestations that Annalese had suffered and that they experienced with her, they had become convinced long before the ordained officials or the church had come round to it that Annalese's will, not her consciousness, had been taken over by an alien entity, for she experienced everything that went on through. She were spying on it from the whole. She often spoke about, and she could not get out of it. I'm not introducing my thoughts until tomorrow. Why else would it torment her so, make her twitch and writhe and scream, prevent her from eating and drinking and sleeping? Why would it fill her with such an unearthly terror? Why appear to her in these ghastly Franzen, which means ghastly faces, Franzen faces. Why make her break a crucifix and a box the ears of a vulnerable old priest? To then Annalese had become an innocent medium, a vessel converted by Satan, who had to be expelled to make this vessel whole and cleanse once more. At long last, there now had the power to do just that. For the bishop, empowered by the church, had given his account and his consent and provided them with the counselor to guide them in the task. Now, Father Renz, he's been a huge part of this story. His diary entry gives us Father Renz's diary entry gives us a faint outline of the exorcism sessions. The 24th September 1975, I would have been 4 years old. Oh man, okay. Started exorcism according to instructions. Annalese, or rather the demons, behaved rather quietly at first. Annalese is being shaken and more strongly. Annalese, or rather the demons, react most violently against the holy water. She starts screaming and raging. Annalese knows everything. She knows what it is that she said. Apparently, she was always fully conscious, not amnesia at all. Brief pause. Annalese is held by 3 men. So she would not injure herself or others, by Herrn, her friend, Peter, her friend, and her father. She wants to bite right and left, kicks toward me. Sometimes she simply hits toward the front. At first, she sits on a chair, then on the couch. She is not allowed to remain lying down. Sometimes she does it, but has to get up again right away. She complains that the devil sits in her lower back. Occasionally she screams, especially if she is sprinkled with holy water. At times, she howls like a dog. So you'd literally be sitting there watching somebody on their hands and knees. You know, I'm not going to imitate it. I could, but it's not funny. You imagine the pain she would have gone through. In the end, during the Gloria Patri, which we prayed together repeatedly, she becomes furious. The entire session lasted from 16 hours to 21:30. So she would say things like, "This is not me cursing. These are quotes. Stop with that shit," or "you shit guy," or "you dirty sow, put away that holy water." Actually, she does not say very much, uses even the obscenities sparingly. In the end, okay, I read that. Afterwards, she said, "You should have continued." Apprehendedly, she felt that the demons were being routed. When she said goodbye, she was actually quite lively. The entire matter must be very strenuous for her. She consumes a lot of energy considering that 3 men are holding her down and she continually struggles against them. From his remarks, at the conclusion of the notes of this session, we get some feeling for the, oh gosh, I don't know what this word is, but I know you all will. I'll just spell it in the comments for you. I don't know what it means. Just a sec. Okay, it's trepidation, trepidation. What does trepidation mean? All right, I'm almost done. Don't fall asleep yet. I saw that comment. I'm Chinese. I've got good peripheral vision. At any rate, was that racist of me to say? I am Chinese, so just I can say what I want. At any rate, afterwards, okay, so continue. Okay, she was disappointed. No demon came out. She wanted to keep going. She wants to keep grappling. She has a feeling of uselessness and failure, he observed. For the following session held on Sunday, September the 28th, then Hein brought a tape recorder. Joseph Micheal, the father, thought this a good idea and fetched his own from downstairs too, although Father Rentz found much of what Annalese said most revealing of the demon's character. He thought that he could do without a mechanical device, for he intended to continue writing a detailed account at home. He soon discovered that he was able to reconstruct every little because there was no possibility for taking notes. Besides, he could not simply sit back and observe with his little notepad. Yeah, they needed technology. You know, didn't they have cameras in the 70s in Germany? So I want you to, and I have to go back. I'm going to go back and I'm going to observe this reading, and then we will discuss on a live. That's all I have to say. Before you run, I want to read your comments, but I want to show you my intro. I worked really hard on it. Hang on. Wait, oh my hip, my God. Melody Moon, my dancing days are over. I probably have 700 dances on there. And you know what? They're pretty good if I don't say so for a soon-to-be 53-year-old woman. Here's my intro. Are you ready? And then I'm going to read every comment. Even if there were 10,000 comments, I'd still be sitting here reading them. Unlike some other channels, that's what makes me mad on big channels. I hate I'm not going to be ignored, Dan. Does anybody know what that movie's from? I'm not going to be ignored, Dan. It's from Fatal Attraction. I'll read them in a sec. One sec. Just a sec. Just a sec. You know, my accent is so boring. Okay, wait, Relody Moon. I'm getting tired. No, that's not what I meant. I have Surrey on. Lasha Rojanko. need. And I know you all know it's true. And I promise you, when you come back here, we'll always have something fun to do. Okay, I'm tired. Wait, I need to go all the way back up and read. Listen, and you know what my outro is? Lasha, wake up. My outro is this. Take care of yourselves and I'll do the same. And that is a wrap. Now, why do I always say wrap? Because it's welcoming, respecting all aspects of people's societies. That's what that means. So when I say take care of yourselves and I'll do the same, that's a wrap. That's exactly what I mean. But I would love people to send me an email with their outro. So I'm not saying the same thing all the time. And I'd love to hear poems about take care of yourself, raps taking care of yourself, a song taking care of yourself, anything of that nature that's under 30 seconds as an outro. Okay. Or under, you know what? No, a minute. There's a minute intro, a minute outro, and a middle in between about why I'm crusading. So I'm going to go to the top and read the comments. Where's me moderator Trevor? He's probably watching the debates. What did I say? Hi, Trev. Don't need a moderator. However, okay, you know why? Because I didn't think anybody was going to come tonight. And I had these tasks. Hi. Did this? Yes. Melody Moon. No, just started. Okay. The debate. No, apparently it's still on. I have to stay on track. I'd love that. I would love that because you know what? Do you know what too, Melody Moon? As far as the photographs, I have photographs right down here of my life in Vancouver, Banff, Lake Louise, and I'm going to do a damn collage and I'm going to figure how to edit this and I'm going to make something beautiful too, the way you do on your videos. Royalty-free music for PowerPoint presentation into the movies. Yes, that's a great idea. Typing, yes. Yes, very much so. Thank you. I love the swimsuit. I believe that. We had a good talk about abortion. Yeah, pressure and carelessness. Our premier wants to opt out of the federal government's dental plan. Yeah, well, whatever. Okay, so Jazzy, hey. Gumi. I hate those guys. Thanks, Jazzy. Oh, Boo America. Yeah, I think that America is looking absolutely ridiculous right now, as well as Canada. My fingers don't work, so I can't subscribe. Your fingers don't work, so you can't subscribe. No problem. You can watch it. It helps. You know what? Commenting and watching and liking moves it forward, anyways, right? And then when your fingers do start working, look, this hair is really. Where's that hair? Guys, where is it? Okay. The poster behind me is the guy, Chilean, behind you, child. That's my Auntie Mar. Here, I'll get up and do a presentation. Hang on. You guys didn't join before the raffle. That was fun. All right. There. Is that better? Okay. Wait. Just hang on a second here. I have to be very, very quiet, Tweva, because I'm trying to pretend I'm a trainer. I used to be a trainer, and I loved it. All right, so a little history. You asked about a child picture. That's Robert Redford. That's me when I was 18 and my Auntie Margaret. That's myself, my Auntie Jane, Ken, and my mom. That's me, Auntie Jane. That's my grandmother, my grandfather on my mother's side. That's my mother and I, my aunt, and my Uncle Jerry Brown over there. That's from a picture from the 1940s, after World War II, and he served for America. He was an American, and he married my grandmother, who was Ukrainian. And then my father's side, they're all Ukrainian Orthodox, but I think they're Jewish. Anyway, oh, and then no, there's no children here. No, sorry. I think you were talking about me. Who's the children? Who's the child behind me? Me. What else? Okay, Jazzy is emailing. Gumi is emailing. Hi, Bread. Don't worry about the tarot cards. They will be done. Thank you for that. Gepard or Jeopard? How about Gepard? Are you East Indian? Gepard? Or maybe not, I don't know. I can't really tell by names anyways, I'm just sort of guessing. Bread? Thank you. You meanie. Okay. Grandma, do you support me and Jazzy's marriage? I don't know. If you love each other. Oh, you like Exorcism? Good. Don't cry. Melody Moon, yeah. Gumi, you're excited. No, I don't have a Spotify account. No. I know. Speaking of Spotify, let me just, okay, I read everything. Sophie's upstairs. Okay. I've got dry mouth, but what was I talking about? Speaking of, it was important. Speaking of, and then I was going to make a point. What time is it right now? 10:38 at night, so it's 10:38 in the morning. So I don't know if Sarah's up. Spotify, thank you, Brad. Okay, thank you. So on my channel, I have made many, many shorts. And I think the best way, if you've joined my channel, I have 1,300 videos. Melody Moon, I'm not even going to put you through this again. I'm just going to use a visual. It's 4:30 a.m. for you. Okay. I'm just to save everybody the hassle of listening to me talk about it. I'm just going to put this on my community page, okay? So you understand what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the 3 channels, because I can't talk about it anymore. It's driving me crazy. All right. Lasha Rojenko. It sounds like Lasha. When I say it, it sounds like, yeah, I know it's a lot of videos. You know why? Because since April the 23rd of 2023, I have filmed my entire life for the last year and 3 months. It was very important to me to do that. No, it was because I wasn't, with that trauma that I went through with that surgeon, So this is talking about ambition. This is a great segue. Melody Moon, could you please remember about my trauma? And Brad's remembered Spotify. And I want to show you the 3 channels, and then I'll explain Spotify and the trauma and the ambition and where to go. I'm so sorry for the time. This is a live. You don't want to leave people waiting. That's what Trevor always said to me. Okay, so this is high voltage. Oh, wow. Holy smokes. Thank you for joining, for subscribing. That's really, really nice. And I just want everybody to know, every time you hit subscribe, you are reaching, high voltage. You are subscribing to a charity. Melody Moon, I don't have time to explain the whole charity thing. Or Trevor, because it's all on here. You just have to watch the videos. I would just start, I don't know, Melody Moon, you know my videos. But so that's me. But I also had this channel. Lasha Rajanko. Okay? I will. I thank you. If you like that, I will do that. Then I also had this channel. Now, math isn't my strong point, but 428 to me is a lot of people. 291 is a lot of people, and they haven't unsubscribed. The people that took the time out of their lives did not unsubscribe. In fact, somebody subscribed today. And the Lasha Rajanko, the 68 people, that's the computer channel. So if I had kept them together, I would have been monetizing. I'm trying to monetize to build a charity. Now, I can't keep talking about the charity. You've got to research me, okay? You have to research me. You seriously have to go to change.org, Lasha Rajanko, search it. I was talking into my phone. When I did it, I was on a rant. Read it. And if you think that I'm right and you're Canadian or even American, share it with a friend. There's 110 people that signed, and we've got to get those numbers up. And when I say numbers, we need to get the signatures up because it's just the right thing to do, and it's not about me anymore. So because of the surgery, and we're talking about ambition and Spotify, what has Meghan Markle and Prince Harry done that have been ambitious? Anybody? This is where I need a moderator and a chat because people have very visceral reactions to Prince Harry. Oh, by the way, my Russian gypsy cards on all of the, I have had issues with making a video and then keeping on track with the video. But lately I've been getting better at it. And there are, if you go to start with my popular videos, start with those. Okay. And then all of the shorts, they're all kind of fun, but I would start with the popular ones and then work your way down. Now, as far as the Spotify, what are Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's ambition? Anybody, what have they accomplished? Why do you need to be forgiven? You're forgiven. Abracadabra, you are forgiven. What? Are you not 29? We're not talking about anything bad. I'm talking about a surgeon. So I'm not going to go on a rant about it. You can find out about it, but I'm doing something about it. I'm writing a petition. I already did the petition. There's 110 signatures. I don't know anybody. I don't have a sponsor. I'm doing this by myself. I got through it by myself. I did it all by myself. And I had a nice team of doctors, except for the ones that hurt me up there. But in Arabic, there's a word that means freedom and forgiveness, and they mean the same thing. So I've forgiven him, but I will not forgive the fact that he didn't. I'm getting a headache. I'm getting a headache. That's weird. Yeah, I can feel a visceral of anger about this surgeon. So my bike ride from Beamsville to Ottawa is to bring awareness to the fact that the legislation needs to be changed so it doesn't fall on the Canadian Ontario taxpayers. It falls on the surgeon and the insurance company. because I didn't even have the ability to work for 5 years because I was in a wheelchair for a year, and I survived it, and I'm doing something about it, and I don't have any connections. What have Prince Harry and Meghan Markle accomplished without being spoiled brats? Despite what anybody thinks of Tom Markle, I'm just going to say it. There is something about him that's very facile. There's something about Doria that's very facile. And I think that Meghan Markle has a genetic mutation because she, in my opinion, based on her behavior and her body language and the alleged pregnancies, what has she accomplished but deceit and lies? And people make footage about it all over the internet, and they're making lots of money off of this horrible woman. However, there are some channels that are so good, and we are watching history unfold. And I look back at things that stand the test of time. That's why I'm taking so much time with my Beckham video. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to call it a wrap. Welcoming, respecting all aspects of people's societies. But I can help you with your cause by making filter. Oh my, are you serious? I think you're having mic problems. I don't have a mic. I'm so sorry. Gumi and Jazzy. Jazzy, are you gay? Good for you. That's fine. Ew, don't be my friend. I love your voice. Thank you very kindly. My roommate doesn't want me to sign petition because our address. I know. See, and that's what bothers me, because it's complacency. If I were to stay silent, I would be as guilty as him, because that gives him the license to hurt other people. I know for a fact he's hurt 3 other people. I heard him with my own ears. I'm in the middle of writing a short story about this experience, the relationship with Sophie, and I've been working on the Beckham content, and that's it. That's very, very kind of you, Melody. Thank you very much, Gumi, Bread, Jazzy. Trevor was here, Melody Moon. It was so nice to see all of you and meet you, and thank you for subscribing. And I will be in touch, and have a great night, seriously, and send me in those videos, okay? All right. That's a wrap, for real. Wait. This is what we need to finish it with. Wait a minute. I know. This is what we need to finish it with. Okay, ready? Okay, this is what we need to finish it with. So my intro will be that song, and then I'll figure out my outro, and I'll go like this. Wait, I'll go like this. Wait, I'll go. Okay, that's a wrap. No. No, that's not what I meant. Applause music. Lolita from Barbados uses it all the time. Okay, ready? Okay, so that's a wrap. Oh my God, I got an ovation. Okay, that's enough. I was just playing. I kid. I kid. All right. I think everybody's gone. That was really fun, and I stayed on track. And you were all wonderful. Thank you for subscribing. I'll give you shout outs, your free tarot cards. Melody, thank you so much. And you don't be afraid to sign it. You know, what's the government going to do? Come and sue you for signing a petition because I was maimed and everything was covered up? And actually, Calgary doesn't have anything to do with it. It's Ontario. But so it won't affect your friends' healthcare at all. It's about Canadians, but I'm starting in my province, and the walk will bring attention to it. So I told one person about the money that they spent on cabs. I have to save a little bit of it. Listen, thank you very much. Honest to goodness. Have a good night. And honestly, Godspeed. God bless. And I'm not talking about The Handmaid's Tale, the universe and nature. Okay? Thank you.